This is Business Report Nigeria, brought to you by your digital-first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. I am Ruel Panawo. Godwin Emefiele, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has explained that Nigeria's food inflation is worsening due to the state of insecurity in many parts of the country. He placed emphasis on the fact that the increase in inflationary pressure is attributable to security challenges in the food-producing areas in Nigeria. There, farmers face attacks by herdsmen and bandits frequently. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, states that Nigeria's food inflation stood at 21.79% in February 2021, the highest rate recorded in over 15 years. The bank is making significant interventions in the agricultural sector, and the rising insecurity in some food-producing areas still limits the expected outcomes in terms of supply to the market, which in turn contributes to the rise in food prices. Richfield Limited's Chief Executive Officer Samson Odegbami has said Nigerians in diaspora largely contributed to the growth recorded in the real estate sector over the years. Now, in his words, a great number of my clients who found it difficult to invest in property or buy one when they were in Nigeria found it very easy when they traveled out of the country. Over 50% of our revenue in 2020 were from Nigerians in diaspora, and that is a welcome development for the sector. Now, while the lockdown had a negative impact on different sectors, Odegbami said that real estate firms made more money at this time as people were forced to stay at home, and most clients that were unreachable before COVID due to their busy schedule were forced to stay at home, and they called on real estate agents for site inspections. According to him, out of over 206 million Nigerians, more than 17 million people are still without a home. Maintaining its position as a major contributor to the economy, Dangote Cement PLC has a tax charge of over 97 billion naira for the financial year that ended on December 31st, 2020, and proposed a dividend of over 16 naira per share. The tax charge represents an increase of 95% over the sum of 50 billion naira recorded in 2019. The volume growth experience was enhanced by a successful, innovative national consumer promotion, and in this period, the cement group inaugurated its gas power plant in Tanzania. Now, regardless of inflationary pressures and foreign exchange volatility, disciplined cost control measures enabled the company to maintain a relatively flat cash cost per ton. Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lagos State Governor, has revealed his administration is ready to collaborate with the National Action Committee on the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, AFCFTA, in achieving the set objectives for the benefit of residents. The AFCFTA agreement has intentions to create a single market for well-produced goods in the continent, and the contract will afford signatory countries access to combined gross domestic product of $3.4 trillion. According to the governor, Lagos is not just the commercial or economic nerve center by mouth. It also so that we can take that leadership role in the Committee of States and lead effectively. We need to scale up infrastructure capability to be able to take full advantage of what the entire African economy has to offer our country and our states. With almost 1 billion population and a total gross domestic product GDP that is over 3 trillion, I think it's a ready-made market for us as a nation, and Lagos in particular, to be able to take advantage. There's more coming up on Business Report Nigeria. I will be back after the short break. Thank you for staying with us on Business Report Nigeria. On Tuesday, March 23rd, the federal government aligned with organized labor in support of its battle against the National Assembly over a bill seeking to decentralize national minimum wage negotiations. Senator Chris Ngige, Minister of Labor and Employment, said the government's position was based on the need to comply with the International Labour Organization ILO Convention 144, to which Nigeria is a signatory and which seeks to promote tripartite dialogue in the resolution of national minimum wage agitation. He further stated that the federal government would support Labour in its agitation against national minimum wage decentralization because it's believed in the principle of tripartite social dialogue. Speaking on the effects of the global economic crisis and the resultant unemployment challenge in the country, the minister said the federal government is tackling the issue, especially job losses. Jasmine Roman, IMF's mission chief to Nigeria, has said the International Monetary Fund is likely to revise higher its growth forecast for Nigeria. According to the mission chief, the country's surprise exit from recession in the fourth quarter would aid its economic outlook for the coming year, as the 2020 recession wasn't as bad as expected. Previously, the IMF projected 1.5% growth for 2021, and while he did not put a figure on the 2021 growth overall, he said the medium-term growth rate could return to 2.5%. Oil prices are also expected to average above $50 per barrel in 2021, which is a more than 21% rise from 2020's depressed level on the back of the rollout of vaccines and fiscal stimulus programs. Now, with the inflation rate at 17.33%, a three-year high, the Central Bank of Nigeria had retained the benchmark interest rate at 11.5%. At its meeting on Tuesday, the CBN Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, voted to retain the monetary policy rate, MPR, at 11.5%. And CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele said, and I quote, "The consensus among MPC members was that given that inflation is substantially a supply-side phenomenon, there is need to continue to focus on consolidation on the recovery process by taking those actions that would continue to stimulate output growth, create employment, but at the same time have an eye on an effort to moderate the inflationary pressure using the current administrative measures being adopted by the bank in controlling monetary aggregates in the banking system. An increment in MPR could roll back any progress made in economic recovery. The best decision was to hold rates and rely more on development finance functions to stimulate economic growth. This decision made by the MPC is consistent with global trends among central banks. On Tuesday, March 23rd, the Senate considered a bill seeking to empower the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, on asset recovery and to strengthen it against economic sabotage by debtors with unpaid loans of about 16 trillion naira. The AMCON Amendment Bill 2021 scaled the second reading on the floor, sponsored by Senator Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, APC Ekiti Central. He said the main aim of this amendment is to update a few clauses that have been hampering the operations of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, and under the current act, the continued smooth operation of AMCON is strengthened by the tenor put on a key funding provision for AMCON. The amendment will strengthen AMCON in stabilizing Nigeria's banking sector and empower the agency in carrying out its functions of assets and debt recovery. You're still watching Business Report Nigeria. More to come after the short break. Afriland Properties PLC's shareholders have ratified the 68.7 million naira recommended by the company's directors as dividend after recording 1 billion naira in profit last year. The dividend, which translates to 5K per share, was approved by the shareholders during the company's 8th annual general meeting in Lagos on Monday, 22nd March 2021. Now, according to the chairman, Emmanuel Unorum, the company has over 41 projects in different locations in the country and at various stages of completion as of December 2020. They will further strengthen their balance sheets and business model this year by tapping into the opportunities that will be created in the building and construction sector. Aviation sector operators have urged the federal government to fix the faulty lights on runway 18L R36 at the domestic wing of Murtala Mohammed International Airport, MMIA Lagos, as it poses a threat to smooth airline operations. The runway has been without airfield lighting since 2006. Comrade Abednego Galadima, president of the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers, NAAPE, said the long taxiing to the domestic plastic would add to the cost of operation as airlines continue to burn more fuel during the period. There is also fear of closure of the airport if the runway goes bad entirely. Captain Rabiu Yadudu, the Managing Director, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAAN, hinted on fixing the airfield lightning, recently noting that the project was stalled last year by the COVID-19 pandemic. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele revealed that there is enough foreign exchange for Nigeria to meet her obligations. He gave the assurance in response to concerns that some customers complained of scarcity of forex at the banks and that they could not pay their children's school fees abroad as a result. Now, according to the governor, the nation's foreign reserve stood at $36.5 billion as at the end of last month, representing a rise from its $34.5 billion position in the preceding month. In his words, CBN disburses not less than $80 million to banks weekly. In fact, we will create a help desk where people can call the CBN directly to complain if you need forex to pay school fees or BTA and say, I went to such and such a bank and was told there is no forex. Nigeria has not changed its foreign exchange policy, pardon me. And on a final note, Ecobank Group has recorded a revenue of 641.8 billion naira for the year ended December 31st, 2020. This represents a 9% increase compared to 2019. In its audited report, the bank recorded superlative performance in other key financial indices despite the harsh operating environment during the period. In summary, the report showed that gross earnings was stable in 2019. The operating income before impairment losses increased by 20% during the year under review. CEO of Ecobank Ade Adeyemi said this is a reflection of the power of our Pan-African diversified one-bank business model. And on that note, we end Business Report Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOS TV Network. I am Ruel Panawo. Thank you for watching.